I'm Angie Fenton with the Voice-Tribune doing Deep Dish with Mayor-elect Greg Fischer. And today we're looking at my Facebook page where I asked if people were sitting in my seat, what would they want to ask the mayor? And there are some questions in here. One from Tony Garrity: will at least construction of one of the proposed bridges start before he retires?
Well, I don't know how old Tony is.
I don't know how old Tony is.
I hope we can get started in the first 4 years of my administration. So I hope we don't need to study this thing to death. We've had 41 years right now. So there is more movement than there has been on this. The Ohio River Bridges Authority is moving it forward as well. So let's set a goal of trying to get started in the first 4 years of my administration.
That sounds fantastic. Betty Jean Givens Doherty asked if you have your eye on any big business prospects to be brought to Louisville. Any big businesses out there?
Well, there's quite a bit of activity. Of course, 2 weeks ago, we had the big Ford announcement here, which was huge not only for the jobs at Ford, but also for all the suppliers that they have here as well. Louisville's got more cities headquartered in the aging care, long-term health care space than any other city in the world, so you can see expect a lot of emphasis in that area.
This one is about the arts. What are you going to do to support all arts in the area, especially the visual arts, which only receive, according to this individual, 3% from the fund for the arts? And in addition to that, why is supporting the arts important to you for a community?
Well, the arts are one of our unique advantages, I think, in Louisville, for not just a city our size, but for any city in the country to have as many visual and performing arts that we have is an extraordinary gift that we have to the city. So it represents a lot of our vitality, a lot of our soul. We have a lot of people that support the arts in the community, obviously. So it's important to me that people understand how arts brings texture to a city. It also serves for our kids, oftentimes, kind of that spark that they need to become interested in school or have a new experience around arts that makes them curious about learning. So you can expect me to be a supportive mayor for the arts.
Mira Kasi-Corlett, actually that's Mara, when you met Santa last Saturday on his national tour, I think he is going on an international tour.
That's right.
Before you introduced him to Louisville, did you ask him for any special gifts for the city?
Santa was a very nice person. He came into town with a couple of elves. He's doing a national tour. He deputized me as one of his representatives here in the city, so I was quite happy about that. He asked what he could do for me, and I just asked him to help make sure that we have a safe city, a healthy city, and try to get our jobs growing here again.
I think your Santa is one of my 15 Santa pictures that I've taken this season.
He's a good guy.
He's good.
Yeah.
You're not even in office yet, but Debbie Marr wants to know, what is your vision of your legacy going to be once you leave office?
Okay, well, we have a few things to do before then, but I'd like to be known as an entrepreneurial mayor, where Louisville became an entrepreneurial city, where we become more aggressive in job creation, where we connect the dots and we move fast. We've got a lot of great entrepreneurs in the city. I want to involve them in city government and building expectations for the city. So it'd be an entrepreneurial mayor that's a job-creating mayor. And then second would be building on the legacy of our neighborhoods that we've talked about before, strengthening the neighborhoods, but then also increasing the amount of circulation that we have in town between areas of town. We talked about that earlier, but my campaign and my transition team and my administration represents all the faces of Louisville from all over town, and there's just an energy when people get together that don't see each other that often that kind of leads people to feel like we've got unlimited possibilities, or we haven't tapped our possibilities because we don't work together as much as we should.
That one of the next questions Tracy Norris was asking, and a number of people had said this: will you be a mayor who is inclusive of north, south, east, west? And if so, what are some plans to, in particular, this individual wants to know about the West End, the Algonquin area?
Mm-hmm. Well, my campaign, transition team, administration is inclusive already. Certainly on boards and commissions, I would hope for that type of representation. I'll be asking, so I need people to identify talent and step forward and help as well. So that's one way, is to have representation both within the administration and on boards and commissions as well. And then you'll see me be very visible all throughout town as well. And I love traveling. throughout town. I mean, it doesn't take, from one end of the city to the other, it's no more than 35 or 40 minutes. So you'll see me all over the place and understanding what folks' needs are, working with their Metro Council people so we can improve our city.
What is a typical day for the mayor, and what time do you report to work? Are you ever off the clock?
I try to sleep about
You
6
try to
hours,
sleep?
but outside of that, I'm
Yes.
pretty much on the clock. I would anticipate a typical day would be starting around 7 o'clock, either with the workout or maybe a breakfast somewhere at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, and be out in the public for a couple hours and in the office for some meetings, out back for lunch, back in for some meetings, then back out toward the end of the day in the evening, and usually you get home around 9 o'clock or so, 9:30. And you check your email.
And you check and your smartphone.
That's right.
Kenny Sullivan wants to know, what surprises should we expect, and what promise that you've made do you think might be least likely to happen as quickly as you'd like?
What surprises? I think people don't know me very well, so they'll see a lot of activity and emphasis on getting things done. Then they'll also see high expectations for the employees of Metro government to be involved more in improvements and cost reduction, but feeling more ownership in their job. So those will be a little different twist. In terms of the second question was what promise won't
And
we
what
get done?
promise did you make that you think is least likely to happen as quickly as you would like?
Well, I felt like I was pretty modest with the specific suggestions. I mean, I set high aspirational goals without saying here's exactly how we're going to do every step of the way. So I'm not concerned about anything at this point in time. The economy needs to cooperate. We're entering this first budget cycle already with some challenges, but we'll just have to deal with those and see where we go. So it's too early to talk about those type of things. And if they happen, we'll do something good somewhere else.
Well, so our viewers can see this is the real Facebook page here. This one's now the Voice-Tribune. What is your favorite food? We're just bouncing all over.
Yeah, that was a little different. Well, my wife is Greek, so our Greek food is very good. I go to Ramsey's, so we go to Ramsey's restaurant quite a bit on Bardstown Road. They have such an eclectic collection of food, but I like dining at our Louisville Originals. We got a great restaurant scene here in town.